Hey guys, welcome back to Vengoose Gaming. This is episode 2 of our FTL playthrough with the Mantis Cruiser, heading into the 3rd sector. I'm your host TFGoose here with my buddy Vendetta, doing dual comm for you. Vendetta,
Yo.
why don't you bring us up to speed here a little bit, see where we're at.
Alright, so in the last sector, you finished out really strong, picked up a cloaking device, got a couple lasers rocking. Your 2 boarding mantis are, I believe, level 1.
Beast!
Yeah,
That's what they are.
they're beast mode, that's what's up. And yeah, you're rocking through sector 3 here pretty strong.
Yeah, that's what I was feeling really good at this point, coming into the zone. And what I'm trying to do right now is just beef up enough power to turn on more of those weapons at the same time here, because I got enough in the weapon system actually to turn on all the weapons, but I don't have enough actual reactor power. So unfortunately that means I still have to tear down the ship one beam at a time, but now since I got this burst laser, I can actually fire 2 shots, so it doesn't take nearly as long. Thank God.
Yeah, that's quite excellent. I was afraid I was going to grow old before you were able to kill some of these automated ships.
Seriously, I mean, you might as well just order a pizza or just mail away for one or something. And when you're trying to tear them down with one laser, it's awful. But with the double shot, it doesn't take much time at all. You just bomb the weapons, then typically go for the pilot bay. And you notice I switch over to the hull laser there just because it does double damage to empty rooms. So now right here on just this, if both shots hit, bam, you take down the ship that much quicker.
Yeah, that was a money shot right there.
Infinitely faster than it was in the previous sectors. So again, picked up just enough scrap to buy another power bar. So now we have a couple of power left over, or 1 extra power rather, so we can power the bomb and the hull laser at the same time. And if we get 1 more power in the system, we can actually run both lasers, which was a goal at this stage. Then you can take 4 shots, and that's just money, especially in Sector 3.
Yeah, I mean, because if people will notice, you have 18 missiles, but it's really good to be able to take down some of the higher shield enemies early on.
Without using missiles. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Any missiles that you can conserve in this game, if you don't do it, you're just asking to get to the end of the boss, the end of final stand there, fighting that last stage on the boss, and run out of missiles. It's the absolute worst possible situation you could be in when you don't have enough laser power to cut through the shields and you need the missiles and you're out and you realize you're just a sitting duck and there's nothing you can do. It's one of the worst ways to lose FTL.
Yeah, I can think of very few more frustrating things than that.
Yeah. Happily, our Mantis here is still doing work, kill a couple of crew members. And I realized right there that I'd taken a couple shots at the shield room and I'd moved my Mantis into the room.
Oh no.
And I got them out just before the lasers hit. That is a horrible thing to do, is to fire on the same room that your Mantis are in. But now that I actually have weapons that are worth a damn, it's, you know, it's something to remember to make sure that I don't accidentally just bomb my crew.
Yeah, it looks like that other rock guy was hiding in there. Oh, you're in an ion, or a nebula.
Yeah, unfortunately we can't scan the ship right now. Not my favorite things in the world, ion storms, or, well, this is just a standard nebula really. Don't have the ion storm, which would be taking power. But still, we can't see inside the ship, and that certainly does make things a little more difficult. So this guy wants to live, and he offers an automated reloader augment. Besides the fact that I really wanted the scrap from killing him, you just can't turn down an augment like that.
Especially early on when the only thing you're rocking is the default Mantis pheromones.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, what else? There's no reason I should turn that down. This is a great situation when you come across the repair station and don't need any. It's beautiful.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
So we'll just move on here. We're just cutting across the sector here, kind of dead center. I want to try and avoid any more nebula encounters when possible, just because of that. And here, pick up a defense drone Mark II. Really powerful drone, but unfortunately I don't have a drone system, and even I did have the drone system, you need 4 power in that thing to run a defense drone too. It's a lot of juice to pump in.
And if you guys are following the series, you'll notice that Goose was happily to sell his drones at the end of Sector 2.
Yes,
so,
exactly.
Good move there, Goose.
Yeah, well, you know. I'm not necessarily one to plan ahead every time, okay?
Fair enough. Fair enough.
But yeah, I need the scrap, you know. So besides, I decided kind of early on that cloak was going to be the way I wanted to go with this, as far as defense on this. And when you blow 150 on a cloaking system, and you're planning on putting more power into it to be able to cloak longer, that extraneous scrap that you'd have to put into buying drone control and upgrading the system enough to use drones, it's a huge scrap and power investment to keep both of these things running. So
Yeah,
elected
it really
to
is.
steer clear of that this playthrough.
Something interesting I noticed, you're using the Hall laser, but you're targeting weapons. Why not switch over to the burst laser?
That's a good point, actually, because the burst laser does have a shorter charge time. So in retrospect, that's probably the better move.
Yeah, because unless you're targeting systemless rooms, you're not really taking full advantage there.
Yeah, that's a good point, and the burst laser would be much better at taking those down because it's still doing 1 damage. So yeah, good eye there for sure. Everybody listen to Vendetta. He knows what he's talking about.
I try.
I'm a noob. Seriously. Oh, terrible. So my door systems took a little bit of a hit there, but thankfully I got Vincent or who is that up there?
Vincent?
Oh, Vincent's
you
my
made
other
that up.
human. That was Ma Fan, which I don't know what that's about. Some of these names are hilarious, but you know, up there repairing that stuff.
I was like, Vincent. I was like, is he a butler friend of yours? Like,
Seriously.
Who is this guy?
No, he's like that vampire sort of dude from Final Fantasy VII. That's what he is. That's what I'm gonna say he is anyway, because butler sounds awful. If he was a butler, he should be Jeeves. Come on.
Touche, sir. Touche.
I think I'm gonna have to name a guy Jeeves now. Anyway, so we got our guys repaired here and ready to move on. Standard fare again. You just got to keep them up. Keep your guys on full health. It kind of stinks. It's a little bit slow at the end of every encounter to heal your crew, but you got to do it.
Looks like you run into your first encounter with a Zoltan shield. Oh, and you're boarded.
Yeah, they decide to come right over on us. So hilariously, they send what? 3 Sultans.
Yeah, against a ship with like 6 Mantis.
Yeah, not the best design strategy there to come over and try and take my ship. Don't send 3 of the weakest melee characters, with the exception of the Engie, with low HP over to a ship full of Mantis. Not a smart play, but still, I didn't mind. Tear them down quick. If you get them down really fast, then the computer doesn't have enough time to get them back out of there, but those 3 beamed on from some extraneous ship because this ship doesn't even have a teleporter, so.
Yeah, that's kind of interesting.
Yeah, some of these encounters, sometimes you'll get boarders from a ship that you never get to see.
Phantom boarders.
Yeah. They can be a real pain if you get a bad crew come over, but that was one of the more friendly encounters to have to deal with.
Yeah, that provided some good entertainment value anyway.
Exactly. Nothing more than entertainment, really. And a couple of my crew members here took some shots, so while I'm tearing down the Zoltan shield here still, just getting everybody healed up. Not really afraid of this ship, it just has a couple of lasers. And I do have 2 shield bubbles when they're not ioned anyway. And now it's time to get over there and do some work.
Just ripping through there. I think you got last ship you destroyed, actually. Another one of your Mantis leveled up their fighting skill.
Yeah, so we should be probably, at least one of them has level 2 at this point, maybe both. And they're just boss. Just absolute rippers. I love these guys, and you want to get a couple of them going. The whole reason I wanted to play this ship at all was to get a couple of just 2 BA Mantis ready to rip through everything. And that's what's going on. So here's a asteroid field. Now this is actually a favorable situation, believe it or not, because the asteroids will tear down the Zoltan shield and you don't even have to worry about it.
Yeah, they're quite successful.
And you notice that the Zoltan ship there has 2 Zoltans on it, and that's it. So he launches his Artemis at us. We just cloak there, no problem. And now it's time to send the crew.
Taking your sweet time selecting a target there.
Yeah. Figuring it out. Where do we want to go?
This is interesting you choose to board here because with the threat of asteroids, you could potentially lose the ship before you could beam off your guys.
It's possible, but the fact that they had a shield bubble and they still had several hits left, I thought I'd basically kill the Zoltan that were on the ship much faster than the ship would be tore down by asteroids. And as soon as you take the ship, you'll notice here, oh, nice augment there too, yeah, stealth weapons.
Yeah,
You know,
it's really nice.
yeah, normally as soon as you take the ship, your teleporter instantly resets. But when you're in an asteroid field, it doesn't. So you do have to wait, you know, before it'll come back for you here. But again, I didn't feel like I was in too terrible danger. A little bit of fire there had to deal with, and now we'll just repair the weapon system, get my guys back. And I think I do this at one point during the playthrough. Maybe not in this this section here, but if you attempt to leave the system with crew on an enemy ship, it does stop you.
That's pretty good.
Which is a nice thing. It's a little you know, stupid meter there for you. The prompt comes up and you feel like a jackass for trying to leave your crew on another ship, but at least it doesn't let you just instantly jump away with absolutely no recourse. So I was actually quite happy that it did it for me.
Yeah, this game in general is pretty unforgiving, but that is a nice feature for sure.
Exactly. Yeah, I really didn't expect it. I was really trying to pay attention to make sure I didn't do it at all, just in case it didn't give you that chance. But I ended up doing it one time and was happy to see that the game had prepared for my stupidity. And now a third Zoltan ship in a row here. It's kind of wild. But no real threat. Again, it has one laser and a beam weapon and 2 Zoltans on board. So just nothing to worry about at all.
Yeah, a beam weapon that can't penetrate your shield.
Yeah, I mean, these are the best things to see ever. Now, beam weapons, if they get a shot on your ship without the shield...
Oh yeah, they're bad news bears.
Yeah, they'll serious havoc. They'll rip through everything. But as long as you got a shield up, then you're not going to have any trouble. And here in Sector 3, generally speaking, 2 shield bubbles is enough to get you through most encounters. Especially if they have no missiles, it's generally not a threat at all.
Yeah, missiles are your worst and best friend.
Exactly. Yeah, depending on
It's
who's
like
firing them. So again, we're ready to go. Take the weapons off auto fire and send guys right in to take care of business.
Nice, got a hit on your weapons there.
Yep. That's why I've been sending them into the pilot bay so I can take a shot at the weapons generally.
Yeah.
Not that it's really necessary, but it's just good tactics. And sort
Did he level up a third time? I thought they could only go up twice.
I think it was the other guy.
Oh, okay.
So I think now
they both look alike.
Yeah, Borman and... Yeah, they certainly do. Yeah, they kind of all do look alike. That's not racist or anything, folks, I promise. Seriously, if anybody can find any significant differences between Borman and Ulm, leave a message in the comments. I'll be glad to read it.
Yeah. Pixar didn't happen as well.
Alright, so here I'm just determining that I have enough time to jump up and grab one more sector before I have to leave. So I figure we might as well jump up here, and looky there, couple of Engi, just sitting ducks. They have a defense drone, but it's just going to be a level 1, and I now do have 4 power in the weapon system, so I can take double shots, which is excellent. But of course, I miss.
You fail.
Yeah, there's some failage happening, but it's going to happen sometimes. What are you going to do? And now I learned my lesson on that one right there, to actually wait for both weapons to charge and then fire at the same time. And even though I only hit one time, it was a good hit.
Yeah, it was. You got the fire started.
Yeah, always the best way to go.
You know, something interesting that I just noticed, I don't think I've ever had a Mantis pilot my ship. That must be pretty hard for them with their little pincer things. like how do you steer?
I'm going to go out on a limb and say because it's their ship, they have some sort of thing ready to do that, but...
They got like crazy eye controller, like pew pew. Like they look left, the ship goes left. I don't know what's going on.
Let's hope so, seriously. Because otherwise, yeah, that'd be a problem.
I mean, you can see the little animation there. He's just kind of clickety clackety on the keyboard.
The best is when they're trying to repair. Like, what are they doing it with?
How do they grip a wrench? Exactly.
All right, so yeah, there we go. See, that guy is full up on his attack power. So both Borman and Ulm are full. I was considering right here, if I recall, trying to swap in a couple of the other Mantis and let them go get some combat XP.
Not a bad idea, especially late game if you get boarded.
Exactly, which would be really nice, but I liked the efficiency of these 2 guys, and I knew I was able to kill 3 crew members on an enemy ship, you know, with just these 2 Mantis at this point, and speed of the kill is very important at this stage, so I decided to go ahead and keep my original boarding party and figured my onboard guys would get enough experience fighting off any intruders.
You've been pretty lucky so far. Really, only 1 or 2 boarding parties.
Yeah, nothing really terrible. And again, we're in Sector 3 here and still coming across one shield bubble enemies. Now, if we were playing on normal, because this is an easy playthrough here, I've decided to give myself a little bit of a break trying to go through with the Mantis A ship for the first time. Then we would be fighting some more significant ships here, and it would be much more difficult, I'd say, depending on your luck. But even this was still quite a run-through, and really the difference between easy and normal seems to be very, very little about the type of enemies you're fighting and much more about the amount of scrap and random weaponry that you just get given to you during the playthrough. It's much, much less during normal. So just concentrating some fire here on the pilot bay since that's where the crew is, and also because it'll help us make more shots.
Yep.
And sending the crew over less often now as well, especially when there's a med bay available. It just seems like it's a much better idea to just go ahead and burst them down.
Got 3. That's a pretty good haul. 3 fuel, 2 missile, 17 scrap.
Yep. Always would like to have a little bit better scrap, but since they went pretty nice on the other rewards, I was happy. And heading off to Sector 4 here. So Zoltan controlled or a civilian. Decided here to go with the Zoltan just because it gives us a choice between the next 2 sectors, and also because I like ripping Zoltan apart.
You have the perfect setup for it,
Yeah.
really, though. I mean, that's good to exploit your strategy, you know.
Exactly. And right away a store, so we have 235 scrap and elect to go visit the store, and nothing really of consequence here. I could buy the drone control, but again, I was squeamish to do that at this stage.
You have pretty good augmentations. I was curious to see if you're going to eye that scrap arm.
Yeah, I'm actually considering that right now, and determining if I can get rid of Fantas pheromones or the stealth weapons.
Fantas pheromones, that's a new perk.
Yeah, that's the one that comes with the ship, and I decided to go ahead and dump it in favor of the scrap recovery arm. So powerful, especially when you acquire it, you know, at the stage of the
Interesting
game.
strategy.
Yeah.
Well, I guess, though, I mean, that only affects you on your ship, correct?
That's right. Yeah.
So,
only on our ship. So really, it's just good for repelling borders and getting to repair locations, things like that. It's something you feel when you lose it. I generally did notice a reduction in speed of the crew on the ship, but I think it's well worth it to get that scrap recovery arm in place right here at the beginning of Sector 4.
Yeah, I mean, you still have a lot of the game left, and that scrap is just going to make it so much easier for you to power up more systems.
Indeed. And right here, I just decided to just pump a little bit more into the engine to give it a little bit more juice, and go ahead and buy a couple power bars as well. Right there, I was eyeing what I was going to need to get the 3rd shield bubble, and just need a little bit more on that. And I usually don't like to piecemeal those upgrades. I like to save the scrap until I can buy it all right away.
Yeah.
And that way, if you do come across a random store that has, you know, a weapon pre-igniter or something like that, you haven't blown all your money buying half of what you need for the next shield bubble or something, you know?
Looks like you just got 52 scrap there.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
excellent.
just an excellent find just laying around.
You're going to have to go through that nebula. I see you trying to get around it.
Yeah, there's, and I'm also eyeing the store there and trying to evaluate how much time it's going to take me to get over to the quest. And unfortunately, that quest, there's no leap. If they want 1 fuel for 4 missiles, I elected to take that. I thought that was a pretty good deal.
I would do that all day, every day.
Yeah. But you'll see when we get back to the map there, you can't get to that quest and get back. Or you have to come back to the same point, rather. There's no way to proceed from the quest marker.
Oh, no.
Which stinks. So here, no problem with this. We're going to be able to cloak through the first missile strike and then tear down the weapons.
Excellent.
So
I
that's
see there you're finally targeting a systemless room with your hull laser.
Yes.
Pet peeve of mine.
Yes, actually, yeah, I must have heard you from the last video.
Yeah. Oh, there you go. Hull breach.
Yep, perfect.
Even though it doesn't matter because there's no oxygen on that ship.
It's still nice to see. Like to know that I'm damaging the ship and doing some good work. All right, so here we go over to the quest that we charged across the entire sector for, and we get to leave before they notice me. Great.
Awesome
That was
reward.
Yeah, really, really glad that I passed up a store and charged across the galaxy, blowing all the fuel
For nothing.
for nothing. It's wonderful. Now I get to jump up through a nebula, though, so that's good.
Of course.
Well, at least there's nothing here, and we have time, definitely, to check out the distress signal along the way, so we'll check it out. And here they want some fuel. This always sucks because you almost always get a much better reward than what they're asking for in the fuel, but with only 6 fuel remaining and no stores left on the map, I had to wish these fine folks on their way.
And the Federation, or I'm sorry, the Rebels are right behind you.
Right
oh, into
on
an
the tail,
asteroid
yeah.
field.
And here again, beautiful scenario. Zoltan ship in an asteroid field. It's the best thing. They do have a drone system, though, which makes it a little bit more dodgy, because with them beating on the shields as well as the asteroids, it gets a little hairy.
Whew. I don't know if you guys are noticing, folks, as well, but when Goose kicks on his cloak, it puts him up to 89% evade.
Yeah, it's a 60% bump to your evade whenever you engage cloak, which is really, really solid. And now, unfortunately, we've taken a hit to the transporter system from an asteroid. So I can't just beam over to the ship instantly and start doing work, so we'll go to the weapons here and try and get that launcher out of the way. Of course, it manages to disable everything except his missile launcher.
Perfect.
And
yeah, it seems like you're hitting a fair number of asteroids, just, random asteroids as well, kind of hurting you there.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, but now we got our transporter back, and it's time to get in there and start doing work. We got a cloak left for this Artemis that we forget to activate because we didn't hear the launcher.
Perfect. Perfect. Your Rockman's in there repairing your O2. That can be really bad news.
Yeah, losing O2 is never good.
Especially when you only have one. It just takes forever to replenish oxygen on your ship.
Exactly, it really does. So, and right there, they offered me 3 fuel and 54 scrap, and being that I was low on fuel, I went ahead and took that deal. I wanted to make sure I got the scrap, or got the fuel rather. Normally, I just blow them out of the sky, I think.
You're moving along pretty nicely.
Actually, no,
here.
yeah, I killed. No, never mind. I killed the crew on that. Just remember seeing the thing. I keep forgetting I'm killing the crew every time. See, I told you I'm not used to playing this way.
I know I haven't actually tried this way myself, and I've played a lot of FTL, but
it's a lot of fun. I mean, it's definitely a different way to play, and I'm really jazzed now. It's something else in an upcoming video. I think it's the next one actually. The next episode of this series will unlock the Slug Cruiser, and I'm really excited to be able to play that because you get that anti-bio beam and you can just rip apart enemy crews with that.
Yeah, the slug repair gel augmentation too, extremely powerful.
Yeah, really fun ship to mess around with, and I hadn't unlocked it before, and because I'm trying to go legit on this and not use a hacked save. It gives me something to shoot for, and I'm so happy that I finally got that ship done, and I'm definitely going to look into that. So be on the lookout for that. We're definitely going to post some gameplay of that one as well. Here we go, another ship here, but just a single shield. He's in a world of hurt.
I see you upgraded, so now you're running 3 weapon systems simultaneously there.
Yep, we're ready to go now. We have a really nice setup here. Unfortunately, didn't do enough damage to get the missile system down, so we're going to try and hope to get it done here, but nope. Of course not. Misses in this game cost you so many health points. It's unbelievable. There's another one, and he's going to get a shot on us. And of course, he hits the med bay yet again. We know we're not boarding this time, though, so I went ahead and sent my boarders up to repair it, get them some much-needed XP in that area. Now we finally get the weapons down.
Down to 75% hull as well.
Yeah, unfortunately, yeah, he's got some hits in, so we got to be careful on that. But hopefully, we'll find a store here soon. Anyway, we want to purchase some fuel.
There you go.
Pick up some nice little scrap bump there, which is great.
Looks like that's going to do it for this sector.
Yeah, it sure is. Yeah, that's a quick one there. So there's our chart there for what we picked up this sector. Upgraded the weapons system and got our 3rd shield bubble rocking. So we're in pretty good shape heading into Sector 5 with a full crew and some seriously upgraded guys. So it's going to be a fun time. And like I said, look for that next episode. We're going to get that Slug Cruiser, which is just going to be a zoo. And that's a fun quest, too. I really enjoy that one. And as you can see, we get to choose between Engi and Engi. So,
Excellent choices.
yeah, great times. They give us a lot of variety in this playthrough. But thanks for watching, guys, and click that subscribe button if you like the content. Leave us a comment down there. Let us know what you think. If you have any suggestions, we're certainly open to that. And if you don't have something nice to say, say it anyway. I don't care. You know, we have thick skin. Seriously.
That's right.
All right, take it easy, guys. We'll see you next time.